Yeah, hello and welcome to another update video about Bitcoin and Cardano. In this video, we're going to take a look at both charts. Not too much happening at the moment, but I think we can expect some volatility later today, depending on if there will be an announcement after the emergency Fed meeting. So today it's 4:30 UK time. There will be this closed board meeting held, which was an out of plan meeting, so-called emergency meeting. It was announced on Friday that they're going to do that today. There are fears, I guess, because of the additional, the higher than expected CPI data in January. That was 7.5%. I think expected was a maximum of 7%, so slightly higher, but still crazy high values anyway, and crazy high CPI data in percent. So they announced this meeting that I think after the announcement we saw a quick drop in the Bitcoin price, generally on the stock markets as well. There are now fears that they could decide to increase interest rates out of plan earlier than expected. That is typically not good for the markets because people will then move their funds over to let's say more traditional investment vehicles where they can get more interest, and which might be considered safer in the short term. But yeah, that is typically what happens. This usually only lasts short term, such an effect, but it is what we can see. And yeah, 11:30 here. I don't know which time zone that is in Washington, Eastern time, I guess. But in the UK it is 4:30, so we can expect here some sort of announcement, I guess, and sort of some volatility depending on what is happening. If they don't do anything, then we might see the price go up a little bit. If they do something, it might already be priced in. If it's more than expected, then we can see the price drop. I mean, that is typically what I would expect, but it's hard to say what is already priced in anyway. And until then, we probably don't see a lot of movement on the Bitcoin price. In my view, we are still here, as you know, if you've been following me, in this larger A, B, C correction, where the wave C would need to complete below the wave of low A, and that is at 28.7k. Still waiting here for my target area to be reached. Many altcoins already reached their target area or target areas, while Bitcoin hasn't done that yet. I do expect Bitcoin to reach it either very quickly. That could be a quick sell-off, maybe in catalyst could be any sort of political conflict that we currently see potentially looming, or an interest rate increase out of plan, depending on how strong that will be. That could really move the price down lower. Or alternatively, we could see, first of all, a break above 46.5k. That is this yellow target area. If we break above that, I do expect a move all the way up to as a maximum 65k. Doesn't mean it needs to get there, but that would be the maximum in that next move, and then go down into the yellow target area. I would be much more in favor of finally that last big drop, from which we can then hopefully recover quickly. In the very short term, so basically that would mean we are still in this wave 4 that I've been talking about based on the Elliott Wave method. Let's do the hourly chart because not too much is happening in the grand scheme of things at the moment. But what we can see, the price is going down slowly, and we had on the chart here yesterday this descending wedge that did break out, but in the end it wasn't really a breakout. I did warn you that if we don't see the volume, it's not really considered a real breakout, and that we could then potentially see an extension of this pattern. I think that is exactly what we are seeing here, an extension of that descending wedge pattern. And I mean, that could overall just be something here like a bull flag, right, that is playing out here. And this has been an extension you saw, and that is what I told you also. We saw here a decrease in volume, and then I said if you see a decrease in volume at some point, you're going to see again that sort of spike, and there was a bit of a spike here, not too crazy and nothing too significant. Overall, that has taken the price again above 42k, but really the price is very interestingly just dancing around the 50-day moving average here in orange. The 50-day moving average is at 42.1. We're just slightly above it again, but in the end that doesn't really matter. As you've seen here in the last few days and hours, the price is just dancing around it. So if we're above it or below it, at the moment it doesn't really matter until the decision is here. At the moment there is no real decision. I would expect maybe no movement really until that Fed meeting, and maybe in the next video this evening UK time, I will be able to update you about what has happened and what is happening here. What I need to really point out here, if we don't really see here this drop fast, then it will be very, very difficult for the bears, yeah, because while we are seeing here lower lows and lower highs, we're now getting to a point where the bears should really push lower, and if the bears can't push lower, then it's getting, we're probably going to see here a move up anyway. I mean, I told you that I would expect a move up anyway, yet, but then we need to see if it's going to be a higher low or a higher high or a lower high. So in these two scenarios, we could first, where we get into my target area down there below 28.7k, we could see now something here like the beginning already of the wave 5. So where you get, oh, didn't want to do that, where we just do that once more, where you have the beginning of your impulse down, yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and also in that scenario you would now actually expect a move up first, yeah, basically a counter reaction to that wave 1 that we now already did. But if that wave 2, for example, if this next wave goes higher, then you're not talking about a wave 2, then you're talking about actually all of this here being a 5-wave move, which would indicate much higher prices then. So therefore, we are really still at this decision point, and I think the markets are just waiting for a Fed decision. All I can tell you at the moment is that we're going to see here volatility, and what we also talked about is this head and shoulders here, which might still be at play, but it only is at play if we break here this 41k level, yeah. So it's a neckline is here sitting at 41k in my view. That red line that was support here around the 5th and the 6th of February, and if that is breaking, then I think we can fall quite quickly down to 39k, and if we lose that, all the way down to 36 roughly, okay. So really it's a bit too early to talk about the completion of this wave 4 that we saw here, yeah, this wave 4 in the Bitcoin downtrend. If that is complete, then we are going to head down, but it's too early to confirm that, because what we are seeing here, this potential uptrend, what I currently have labeled as an ABC, that could become a 5-wave move if we move higher than this, yeah. It will become much less likely to become a 5-wave move if we drop below 41k, but it really only gets invalidated if we drop below, yeah, 39k. So we can drop down to 39. If we lose 41, yeah, it would still it'd be much less likely that we actually get this 5-wave move. But if we drop below 39, that would be here this top, which would be, if I counted this as a 5-wave move, that would be a wave 1 top. Then it would be invalidated if we drop below the wave 1 top. Yeah, so really not too much movement. Also here the indicators just moving sideways here, yeah, at the moment on the 1-hour chart. And to be fair, you won't see a lot on the indicators here because we are just heading sideways for now and waiting here for a decision. Just need to be a bit patient. But yeah, it's interesting. The price is getting squeezed. Volume is reducing also here on the daily. And you can, I think, expect quite a bit of a move here very shortly. Yeah, we probably see the Bollinger Bands tightening as well. Let's take a look at the... yeah, let me just put the Bollinger Bands just on the chart. I think we are going to see, or we are currently seeing these really, really tightening. And whenever you see that, the Bollinger Bands, then you can expect here some sort of a breakout shortly. I mean, on the daily, you can't really see it yet. But if we go onto the hourly, you can just see in blue here how tight they have become. And typically when you see them contracting, yeah, quite a lot, then you can expect quite a big move in the near future. And where it was really tight, that was here already on the 6th of February. And that was when we then saw a move all the way from 41k to 45.5, for example. So it's always a good warning when the Bollinger Bands contract a lot, like they did also here on the 3rd of February. Then you saw quite a big move, because then when these Bollinger Bands get broken, you typically get quite a bit of a move, and that breakout here on the current, I mean, they are moving, yeah, they are dynamic, but the upper band is currently at 42.5 and the lower band is currently at 41.7. Okay, so when one of these gets broken, you can probably also expect here a more significant move. Yeah, that is typically here, that's at the moment what is going on with Bitcoin, and the rest of the crypto market also in a slight decline, but as usually it happens when Bitcoin is making a move, the altcoins are moving a little bit more, and Cardano as well here, currently closer, much closer to the $1 level. We talked about that the low could already be in potentially, but I think the probability is getting smaller and smaller, because after this potential first wave here to the upside, that what is coming down here is looking far too impulsive for me. Yeah, so in my view, the likelihood is more that we are coming down lower here, and if we drop below 92 cents, that's the next key support level. If we drop below that, I mean, currently the current level is support already, 102, 103. Yeah, this is where here around end of January all the candles closed. We drop that, we get to 92 cents. If you lose that, you get to 55. That's how it is. I still expect obviously the strong move up after the completion of the correction here, but yeah, we just have to be a bit more patient. What we can see currently here on the chart, and this new target area is all based on the next Fibonacci levels that are providing support. Then currently we are at one key level, the 0.618 Fib level, that's sitting I think at 96 cents, and if you lose that, you get to the next one here at 55 cents. So yeah, that is pretty much my view here on Bitcoin and Cardano. We'll keep you updated about the Federal Reserve Board meeting, which is taking place later, and I'll update the Telegram, the membership group first, because I can't always upload a video straight away. So I will update everybody who's a channel member first, and then in my update video later, I'm gonna talk about whatever has happened by then. So yeah, overall still here in a correction. Yeah. So hopefully you liked the update about Bitcoin and Cardano. If you did, please smash the like button and subscribe. And as always, if you really like the content, maybe join as a channel member. It's a great membership group, over 900 members now on Telegram, Discord, and also able to join a weekly live stream. We had one yesterday, really good, looked at a new project. In these weekly live streams, we can discuss news that we normally don't discuss here in the TA videos. We also talk about more the fundamentals about certain projects. We talk about new projects and projects that I don't cover at all here in the just everyday videos. All right, thanks a lot for watching, and see you in the next video. Bye bye.